Hello, everybody. My name is Harold Games, and welcome to episode 3 of my NCAA Basketball Imperialism. Hope you guys enjoyed episodes 1 and 2. Real quick before the episode starts, and I will do this all throughout the episode and the future episodes, as I have done in the past episodes. All credit of this series goes to NattyKash. He is a small YouTuber, bigger than me, but he is a small YouTuber who is starting. Really, I think he just made his 7th video on his channel, but he really inspired me on doing this series. Like I said, all credit goes to him, and his channel link and his playlist of his version is going to be in the description. Make sure you check out his videos along with my videos to see how different it is, which teams win for him and which teams win for me, because it's going to be different. The wheel will decide different things, but as of last episode, we got down to 216 teams, and let's just pick off right away. Let's get right into it. If you guys don't understand the rules, make sure you check out the first or second episode as Duke. That's a nice team to start off with for this episode. I don't know why they have that small of a land, but they have that small of a land. But if you guys don't understand the rules necessarily, you'll probably figure out as this video goes on, or you can check out the first video of this series or NattyKash's videos to see what the rules are. But basically, Duke is going to be attacking Southwest, which is just this E team. I'm using this map, which gives me most colleges. It doesn't give me all, so we will see. Which I believe it's Elon. I believe that's what it's. This is it. This is Elon. So Duke against Elon in our first game today. Basically, because I don't have any recording software, and I'm following what he did. NattyKash did. He basically went to these websites, and this is like a simulation thing where it basically simulates the games. And home court advantage will go to Duke, so I'm expecting a Duke blowout. This is a small. It wasn't a blowout, it was a 5-point win, but it does use the 2023 rosters. Actually, Elon kind of had the lead, and then Elon actually took the lead briefly. It was a nice run, but then Duke came back. So Duke does pick up the first win of episode number 3. But again, it's a small piece of land. It's not that big. They do extend out here, but congrats to Duke for winning their first game of Imperialism, and I'm sorry to Elon fans. That sounds weird, Elon Musk, but apologies to Elon fans. If any of you are out there, I know you guys probably wanted to have a decent run for your tournament, but Duke, they'll disrupt that a lot. So Duke moves on. If Elon is in here, they will be eliminated. So, and yeah, Elon is out. So Elon is done. Down to 215 teams. Let's continue on with the next attack. It is going to be the Buffalo Bulls. I almost said the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bulls. Which Buffalo is up here. They have a chance to get some decent land, especially if they play against the St. Bonaventure. Just straight south. Buffalo is going straight north, which I don't think is a team. No, so we have to spin again. And they are going southeast slightly, which is going to be the Bonnies, St. Bonaventure. So Buffalo against the Bonnies. That's going to be a good game. Buffalo against St. Bonaventure. And if you guys don't remember what I mentioned a couple times, in the last episode. The winner of this entire thing, I will order a team shirt off of Amazon. As the Bonnies will win and they will expand on their land. So, let me make sure the Bonnies won. Sorry, Bonnies did win. So, yeah. Whoever wins, I will get some apparel of their team. Which I'm kind of hoping it's like a small school that wins. I doubt it, but we've seen a couple upsets already. Like USC went down early. The UC Irvine. That was the only big upset that I could think of, and I am doing my third episode in a row, so I'm getting fatigued. But I'm gonna grind out one more episode because I know I can do it. Let me make sure I'm recording. Sorry, I'm doing this, and I just want to get this done as fast as I can. Buffalo is gone. We're getting close to 200 teams. Appalachian State is going to be your next team. So Appalachian State, they have a decent chunk of land. We'll see who they will play next. They will be expanding or attacking to the northeast. That is this our team. Appalachian, here it is. This is it. Radford. So they're playing as Radford. So Appalachian State against Radford. Appalachian State will get home court advantage. And they do win by 12. It looks like Appalachian State led the entire time. So that's a decent chunk of land that Appalachian State will move on to. Decent chunk. Like I said, all videos will be unedited because I'm not that good of an editor and I don't want to mess anything up, as I just accidentally broke off some of Marshall's land. I'm sorry, Marshall. Probably not gonna move on anyways. But so there's me some times where I won't be talking, and there'll be other times where I will start blabbering on and trying to keep myself energized. But I'm tired, but I love these videos. I'm loving this series so far. Like, this is a legit series that I'm having a ton of fun with. Kind of similar to the Last of Us playthrough and the Walking Dead playthrough. I really enjoyed those videos. Appalachian State moves on. Radford, if they are in here, they are gone. And then one other thing. Oh, hold on. They are not on here. So one other thing, and this is a good example. When a team is not on the wheel, then I don't know. Or sorry, when a team is on the map, when a team is on the map but not on the wheel, I haven't had to deal with this for the attacking position. Well, I've had to do it for not attacking. I'm just gonna stop talking. Oh, also, before I continue on, I decided to get rid of the Alaska region. Because there is an Alaska part, and I just basically moved Hawaii over. And what we're going to do for Hawaii, we're going to go based off of its actual or we're going to base it off of this area. So, and we're going to go from the logo. That's what we're going to do. So there is quite a few colleges that could be picked here. But let me make sure. Okay, so yeah, I'll spin it again. Since Radford's not on there, we don't have to worry about deleting the team. Next, we're going to have Texas Rio Grande Valley. I actually never took them off, so that is my fault. And if those teams come up, then I'll just get rid of them. UT Arlington Mavericks. might also be gone already. Maybe not. Maybe it's the blue one. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, so no, UT Arlington is still there. I think they pull off a little bit of an upset, but they could be playing against Baylor. We'll see. So UT Arlington will be going north. So they will be going further north, and they will be taking on North Texas. So UT Arlington against North Texas. I think UT Arlington is not in this. I think that's what it was. But I will check. Yeah, UT Rio Grande is, but not UT Arlington. So we're gonna have to compare UT Arlington with North Texas. UT Arlington was 11-21. And North Texas dominated. I think they're in the NIT, yeah. So North Texas will, unfortunately, by my rule, will be taking over UT Arlington. I don't think UT Arlington would have won anyways, but it would have been nice to see a potential simulation. But sorry to UT Arlington, your Linsanity run is done. I didn't think you were gonna win it anyways, but congrats for Plains. If there are any UT Arlington fans, I'm sorry, but not really sorry at the same time. I don't think your team was gonna win anyway, so my apologies if I sound like a jerk, but just my opinion. But North Texas does get a decent chunk of land, and they do get a decent chunk of Texas. So UT Arlington Mavericks, you are gone. We're down to 212 teams. And that's how long this is going to take. Is the UCF Knights, Florida. Also, I don't understand why Miami was not on here last time, but the UCF Knights are going to be attacking. They cannot attack east, so if we get east, and we'll just have to spin again. They are attacking to the northwest, which is this SU team. I don't know exactly what team that is. Oh, Stetson. That is Stetson, I'm assuming, because they're the Hatters. Well, first of all, I need to put UCF. UCF. I know they're going to be up here. They better be up here. What? What? No way. They don't have UCF. Maybe it's Central Florida. Maybe they have just a Central Florida. Okay, I was going to say Central Florida against Stetson. Here we go. Stetson. Home court for UCF. And Stetson wins by 11. It was not really close besides this point. It was a 4-point game, but then Stetson took off. So Stetson, they continue their land, and it's going to just be white. So some part of Florida is going to get some white added on. So congrats to Stetson for picking up their victory over UCF. I consider that a potential upset, because I consider Stetson more of a baseball school than a basketball school. I'm going to draw, if I can get the opacity or the thing that's right. I'm going to draw kind of like a border. There we go. Kind of to just fill in that area. So Stetson, they increased some land. Good job for Stetson. The UCF Knights, they are gone. And we will continue on. Next is going to be South Carolina State Bulldogs, which I think that's them. Yeah, that's definitely them. South Carolina State Bulldogs. That is South Carolina. So South Carolina, they are going to be, or the Bulldogs, they're going to be attacking the Northeast, which is South Carolina University, the Gamecocks. South Carolina State, right? Bulldogs, yeah. And then South Carolina Gamecocks. Home court advantage. Submit. South Carolina State will get the home court advantage. Not like that will matter, as South Carolina does pick up the victory by 7, so it was actually pretty close. South Carolina State, they had it, but then South Carolina just pulled away by the end. So the Gamecocks will move on, but not moving on will be the Bulldogs. So apologies to all Bulldog fans that are out there if you're watching this video. But unfortunately, you're a one and done team in the Imperialism. But congratulations to the Gamecocks. I want a little bit bigger than that. Okay. So we're slowly getting some land expansions. As we are approaching, I would like to get down to 200 teams at the end of this video. So we're going to, now we have the Navy Midshipmen. Now I have to figure out where the heck they, now I have to figure out where the heck they are. Navy, because I can't remember exactly where they play. This looks like it's northeast. Yeah, so they're near Maryland. That is going to be an interesting area. Here they go. Here they are, right here. So you got a split right here, but we're going to go based off of the logo. And they will be attacking to the exact north, which it's this team right here. It's going to be this orange team right here. Which we're going to have to really look at what that orange team is, which is this. It's Morgan State. They will be going up against Morgan State. So Navy against Morgan State. The midshipmen. It's Morgan State. Morgan State, home court advantage for Navy. And Navy blows out Morgan State by 30. It was close at the beginning, but then, yeah, it just never got close. Actually, Morgan State struggled to score at one point. So Navy, they will slowly expand into this area, which is not too big of an expansion, but it's something to kick off their hopes to capitalize imperialism. So good start for the midshipmen. They're 1-0. They start off with a victory. Alrighty. So the midshipmen continue on. Morgan State are gone if they are in this, which they are. And we're down to 29 teams, and let's continue on the spins. And we have Northern Arizona Lumberjacks, another Western team, which I'm assuming that is Northern Arizona. That is a big chunk of land. I'm just going to make sure that that is their logo. So I don't want to mess anything up. Yeah, Northern Arizona. Alrighty. So Northern Arizona will be attacking the Northeast, which that's going to put them up against SUU, which is looks like Southern Utah University. So Northern Arizona against Southern Utah. Northern Arizona against Southern Utah. Got the S's. Southern Utah home court advantage for Northern Arizona. And Northern Arizona does win by easy fashion, and that is a pretty decent chunk of land at Northern Arizona. Northern Arizona is going to pick up here. It's a decent chunk. So congratulations to Northern Arizona. You begin your conquest for imperialism. Apologies to Southern Utah for going home in the first chance you get, and the first chance to defend your territory. Northern Arizona, we'll see if they could pull off some upsets. They're around a lot of big land areas. So, like UNLV is one. They really cannot play against Nevada, but Texas Tech is a little bit. So they are around areas that they could play in. So it'll be fun to see who they might be able to play against. I'm hoping UNLV does get eliminated because I'm tired of having to draw around the logo. But Northern Arizona moves. Southern Utah is going to be eliminated. We find Southern Utah. And it does not look like Southern Utah is on here. So that'll happen. We just don't do anything. And Mizzou, that's an SEC team. How big is their land? They have a decent chunk. Excited to see who they could play. They could play St. Louis. Depending on the arrow, which way will Mizzou be attacking? The southwest. Which from the main logo, that's like exactly southwest. I think we're gonna have a Missouri State battle. So battle between some nice land. So Missouri State against Mizzou. Big chance for some big land. Missouri State against Mizzou. Submit home court for Missouri. And Missouri does pick up the win by 11. And judging by the stats, it was close. Not as close. Then they got close again, but Mizzou was able to overcome, and they will take bragging rights for majority of Missouri and take over Missouri State's land. Nice little chunk for Mizzou, and they do get a part of Kansas as well. It's interesting. Congratulations to Mizzou. Apologies to Missouri State. Shoot. I covered up some St. Louis. That was not intended. And you also get some of Arkansas as well. Zoo does expand quite a bit on this turn. Have to edit that land. Edit part of it back for St. Louis because I was not in. I did not intend that to happen. There we go, and then I will fix up this border. Okay. There we go. Alright, there we go. Fix that a little bit. So Missouri does get a little chunk as Missouri State will leave the tournament pretty quickly. Another Missouri Valley Conference team down. Next team to attack will be Ball State Cardinals. Ball State, they're up here by Purdue. Oops. And they have some interesting teams that they could play against. They could play against one of the two Purdue teams. Oh, Purdue was the other upset that they had. Purdue Fort Wayne. They could play Ball State. They could play this team. I don't remember what that team is. But wherever they will play is the Southwest, which I'd have to say it's this Jaguars team. Unless it's really Southwest. No, it's this Jaguars team, whatever that team is. Ball State. It is Ooey Pooey. IUPUI. So Ball State against I call it Ooey Pooey because it sounds funny. So Ball State against Ooey Pooey. For some land. Here we go. Home court advantage for Ball State. Will Ball State be able to take the victory and expand? They will not. Ooey Pooey wins by 1 point. Wow. So Ball State was up, then Ooey Pooey got the lead. Ball State again got up. Ball State was up for majority of the game until that last minute, and Ooey Pooey wins. And I think that's another upset. And Ooey Pooey will expand on almost covered up this team on up north. That's a little thick. This is an awkward expansion, but funniest thing is that if they get a northwest region, that they'll still have to play against. That's not Drake. Oh, that might be Drake. Yeah, I think it's Drake. They'll have to play against the Bulldogs. They will not have to play against Purdue until they conquer the Bulldogs' land. This is an interesting expansion for Ooey Pooey. One of the weirder expansions that I've seen. But nonetheless, they do pick up the win. And then they expand as Ball State is eliminated. Alright, next team is going to be the Bonnies. St. Bonaventure Bonnies. They've already won their game, their previous game, so they will have to defend their land now. Well, they'll have to defend their land, but they're going to be attacking. They will be attacking the Northwest, which technically it's no win. But I'm going to... no, because that's actually north. Yeah, I'm going to respin this one. Okay, Northeast. That's going to be against this team, the Sea Bears. I don't know exactly who that team is going to be. Cornell. So Cornell against St. Bonaventure. So Cornell against St. Bonaventure. St. Bonaventure is going to get the home court advantage. St. Bonaventure against Cornell. Here we go. Home court advantage for the Bonnies. And the Bonnies do win, and they defend their land, and they move on and expand against Cornell. So St. Bonaventure is starting to make some noise. This is their second win that they've had. Again, another little weird expansion. But the Bonnies do expand successfully. Good job for them. Second win. So the Bonnies do have a nice little land going now. We still have so many schools to do, so we need to get rid of Cornell. Cornell Big Red. 206 teams left, and we have UCLA. That is a well-known team. I think this is supposed to be UCLA, because I don't understand why UCLA wouldn't be in here. I don't know. Did they get a new logo? UCLA. We're gonna count that as UCLA. It doesn't look like their logo, but we're gonna count that. I mean, that's the only other team that I would think would be in there, and there would be a reason why they would have a bigger landmass than UC Irvine had originally. But this could be a good game if they play against UC Irvine, but they will not. They will be going east, southeast, which that's going to be UNLV. So, because it's not really southeast, it's like east, and then it's like east southeast. So mainly east. That's going to be against UNLV. UCLA against UNLV. That's going to be a lot of land. UCLA against UNLV. This is going to be a decent amount of land for either team, whoever will win. But UNLV is going to want to defend their land. And they do not. UCLA barely squeaks out the win, and they actually held on to the lead for a decent chunk of the game. Looks like slightly after the second half started, they took the lead and never looked back. So UCLA will take over UNLV. UNLV did not have a chance to expand before their tournament run was over. So apologies to UNLV. Congratulations to UCLA for picking up their first win. And I could finally get rid of this UNLV logo. And what I will do is I will replace that part of UNLV logo with the Northern Arizona color. That way I don't mess anything up. and kind of similar. I'll replace the one part of the UNLV logo with the UC Irvine stuff. There we go. Fill in. We haven't really had any Midwest teams or Big Ten teams get any action, which is interesting. But we still have so many schools that have to, first of all, either be picked by the wheel or defend land. I mean, that's the thing. There's so much to do still in this series for these episodes. That's why I'm doing hour parts, because NattyKash, he's only doing 20-minute parts, so he's gonna take longer than me unless he ups his time, which I'm not gonna. He doesn't have to, but I'm just saying it's gonna be a while before either of us finish this series. And I don't know him personally. I'm doing a similar series to him, and I'm using pretty much the same format, so I'm going to compare us. I'm just going to do it like that. I'm going to compare how our series. So this is also, again, a weird landmass, because you go north, you're still hitting UC Irvine. You're not hitting Nevada. Because I'm basing it off of the logo, not where the land is. So UCLA moves on. UNLV will be eliminated from the teams. Next team is going to be Louisiana Monroe. Are they in the thing? They are. They're right here. Going back to Louisiana. So Louisiana Monroe. We'll see who they will be attacking. They will be attacking to the northeast, which is this Delta Devils team. Which I don't know what their team name exactly is, so I'm going to have to look and see. UNLV. Or ULM. Delta Devils. Mississippi Valley. So Mississippi Valley. Okay, so Mississippi Valley State. So ULM or University of Louisiana Monroe. Which I wonder if that's just. I'll start with the U's. She doesn't look like it. So it might be Louisiana Monroe. No. Did I miss it? Did I miss them? ULM? Oh, yeah, I did. Okay. And then, shoot. What is it? Mississippi Valley State. Mississippi Valley State. All right, and then home court advantage for University of Louisiana Monroe. And Louisiana Monroe takes it pretty easily. It was close at the beginning, but not so much after. ULM will expand a little bit. Congrats to ULM. Sorry to Mississippi State Valley. for your early exit, but couldn't have expected you to do much besides maybe win one game. But too many decent schools around you. ULM, they expand. They get a decent chunk of land out of this victory. There we go. So, Mississippi Valley State. I don't know if they're going to be on here, but might as well. But we have to check. They are on here. Okay. Next team, we're down to 204 teams left. We're slowly making progress, and we are going to Virginia Commonwealth, which, let me see if I can find them on the map. They're obviously going to be in Virginia. I think this might be them, but I need to look up what the VCU Rams are. They're going to be in Virginia. Yeah. Like a Buffalo. Yeah, that has to be them. So this is a weird bit of land because they have yellow over here and then they have yellow, yellow, yellow. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to fill in this area, this green area for this tribe team. That way we don't have to worry about any land issues for Virginia Commonwealth. All right. The Virginia Commonwealth, let's not do that because we don't know who they're going to be playing, and if they win, they will be moving on. It'll be funny if they move on to the East. Which, they're actually playing against, I think this is Richmond, the Spiders. Yeah, so they're going to be playing against Richmond. So VCU against Richmond. VCU, and then they're going to be going on against Richmond. Court advantage for VCU. And VCU does pick up the win by 13 over Richmond. It was never really close. So VCU will start their expansion. Congrats to VCU. Sorry to Richmond fans. But your time in the tournament came and went just like that. Couldn't defend your land, which is unfortunate, but that's how it goes sometimes. And yes, I am recording a third part all at once, so I'm going to be pretty tired when so at the end of this episode, and this is the last episode I'm recording all in a row. So if I get a little bit more quiet at times, that's why. But VCU does begin their expansion. They get a little bit of land on top of what they already had. So that's a nice little piece. So they expand. We're slowly seeing some expansions all throughout, but still not a lot. As we need to get rid of Richmond. Richmond. Hold on. I passed it. It's still just Rutgers, so Richmond's not on here. Which sucks because we're not eliminating another team. Kennesaw State is our next team, which I'm going to have to look up where this is. Kennesaw State. Probably in Kentucky. No, this is in Georgia, just north of Atlanta. Which this looks to be it. Kennesaw State, yeah. Oh, they could actually pick up some decent land if they go to Middle Tennessee State and beat them. which they will not. They will go southeast, which will put them against Georgia Tech. So Kennesaw State against Georgia Tech. This could be a good chance for Georgia Tech to get their name on the map a little bit more. But Kennesaw State will get the home court advantage. So State against Georgia Tech. Home court advantage does go to Kennesaw State, though. And the winner is Kennesaw State by 16. It was close at one point, but overall, Kennesaw State took advantage and they won by 16. And they get a little bit of an expansion to Georgia Tech. So congrats to Kennesaw State. Apologies to Georgia Tech, but could not defend your homeland. It's not going to get easy, though, for Kennesaw because you're going to have to potentially play against Georgia next. Georgia State is probably an easy game. Alrighty, so we need to get rid of Georgia Tech on here. Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. 203 teams left. And Kansas State again. Oh boy. If they go west or southwest is going to give them Texas Tech. Oh, they're going to go south. They almost got it, but they're going to play against Oklahoma State. That's still a decent chunk of land that they could pick up if they win, or Oklahoma State could get a ton of land on their own. So Oklahoma State against Kansas State. Kansas State will pick up the home court advantage, though. Kansas State against Oklahoma State. This is a really big matchup. Oklahoma State home court advantage to Kansas State. And Oklahoma State with a blowout victory. It was close all this game, and all of a sudden Oklahoma just dominated Oklahoma State in that second half. So Oklahoma State has just pulled off one of the biggest upsets of the series so far, and we haven't had a lot of time for upsets, but they are on it. So congrats to Oklahoma State for picking up this upset, and Kansas State, they could only have one win. They couldn't defend their territory after one win, so it's going to be interesting to see how Oklahoma State can do after picking up their first win and it being an upset win. And man, this is a really big win for Oklahoma State. Because now they have a big target on their backs. Because now they have a decent chunk of land, and they are also right next to Texas Tech. But Texas Tech has not had to play since their first matchup, which I think was Baylor. No, they expanded Northeast. Baylor's still on there. I can't remember who they played. But anyways, Kansas State is off the board. 202 entries remaining. And we get a Big Ten school finally, Penn State. A white school, and they could get the Bonnie's land. Depends what the arrow says. And they will not. They will go east, southeast. So they will be playing against Bucknell. Penn State against Bucknell. Penn State, and then Bucknell University. This could be a big upset for Bucknell. But Penn State gets it done. It was never really close. Penn State never went down. So Penn State will expand their land a decent amount over in the Bucknell territory. So congratulations to Penn State. First Big Ten school getting some action and succeeding in that in action. We are about to crack 200 schools remaining. Like I said, this is going to be a grind. This is not going to be an easy series. Because I believe there was about 300 schools on here. Some of them aren't even on here. But we'll go on to the next school, which is going to be Seton Hall. Big East team, I believe. I don't know exactly where they're at. Trying to find them without having to look at the map. I know they're a Big East team. I just don't know exactly. Oh, I found them. They are right here. They are a small sliver. They could be playing Rutgers. We could be having another Big Ten school play. And that might not be, but it is. Rutgers against Seton Hall. That could be an interesting matchup. Another Big Ten school. Seton Hall against Rutgers. Home court advantage for Seton Hall, though. The winner is Rutgers. They blew out Seton Hall. It wasn't really close after probably halftime. Dang. So Rutgers, they get a small chunk of land, not big. Just a small chunk. You get to see all the pixels. So Rutgers slowly advances. And Seton Hall is eliminated from Imperialism. So we've cracked down to 200 teams. George Mason Patriots. I don't know where that team is, so I'm going to have to look up where they are. George Mason. Let me make sure I'm still recording, guys. Just making sure. That is by Maryland, so Southwest America. Oh, right here, this big school. Okay. And they will be attacking to the southeast, which is this tribe team. Which are they on here? Oh, come on, logo. I think that says tribe. I think it's William and Mary Tribe. Yeah, George Mason against William and Mary Tribe. Yeah. So George Mason against William and Mary. Be shocked if one of them isn't on. I wouldn't be shocked if one of them is not on here. George Mason is William and Mary on here? And they are. William and Mary is on here. George Mason picks up the 11-point win. It was close, but then George Mason really just took off. Never looked back. So George Mason will pick up the win, and they will pick up a decent chunk of land in the Maryland region. So good for them. Apologies to William and Mary fans, for those of you out there, for the tribe. This is tough because this is actually a decent amount of land. Really good amount of land. That's a good win for George Mason. Of course, they have a lot more land to defend now, but they might be able to do it. It does give them put a bigger target on them. Easier to attack, but chance to defend. George Mason. So we're probably going to just do 2 more schools because we're approaching my 1 hour time limit that I'm giving myself on these videos. This is my 3rd video in a row that I'm recording, so I do not want to overload myself because I do want to get sleep. Eastern Kentucky Colonels. Assuming this is them, but I'm going to make sure. Eastern Kentucky Basketball. Yeah, Colonel. Yeah, I'm assuming this is them. And they will be playing, or they will be attacking to the southwest, which is going to give them TTU. Which I'm going to have to look this up. Here we go. The Eastern Kentucky, Tennessee Tech. So Eastern Kentucky against Tennessee Tech. And we will do one more attack. We'll do one more round of attacks. Eastern Kentucky will get the advantage, but Tennessee Tech does pick up the win. It's kind of close, but then it wasn't. So Tennessee Tech will get the win. Eastern Kentucky's gone. So nice win for Tennessee Tech. Picking up some land on their first chance to defend their land. They weren't attacking, they were defending. And Eastern Kentucky was not able to defend, or was not able to attack properly. So we will do one more round of attack, one more attack. And then we will call it a video, and you will see these 3 episodes probably around 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. Central Time. Again, it doesn't really make a difference, but if you get to this point in the video, then you will see what I'm talking about. I believe I got rid of Eastern Kentucky. But yeah, we'll do one more spin. That's literally going to get us on the 1 hour mark. And we have the Providence Friars getting, I believe, their first action of the series. Where are they at? I swear I've seen them. I think this is them up here. Yeah, that is done. I was just making sure, but it is done. It's an interesting match. So they could be playing Brown. They could play against UConn, which would be an interesting matchup. Providence isn't a bad team either, and they will be going northeast, which that is Brown. So Providence against Brown. Interesting. Interesting end to this video. Again, hope you guys are enjoying this series. And again, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but make sure you check out NattyKash's videos because those are going to be better than mine. And not only that, he's the one that gave me. He didn't give me. He's the one that inspired me to create this video as Providence does their job and they beat Brown, and Brown's hard work is gone just like that. But NattyKash was the one that inspired this video, so make sure and all of his channel and his playlists to his version will be attached on all of my videos of this series. But we have made some good progress on this series. For 3 episodes, we've knocked it down to under 200 teams. I believe we started with over 300. But there's still a long way to go. We have so many small schools in this northeastern region that we're going to have to work through. But yeah, I'm excited. I was able to conk out three hours worth of content. So yeah. So we will zoom out a bit and get a decent look at the map. So we had a couple big upsets today, but I'd have to say Texas Tech and Montana State are really controlling their land regions well. Although both teams only had one chance to attack. But the amount of teams that have not played yet, oh my gosh, we have so many. We have so many Big Ten schools. We have Florida schools. We still have a decent amount of Texas schools. The Pacific Northwest has not been touched at all. I mean, majority of the Northeast has also not been touched, but it's exciting to see what's going to happen. I don't know exactly when these videos are going to go up, but I know when I wake up later today, I'm going to immediately come over and schedule those videos for upload and record more videos because I figured this is going to be a fun. This is fun. I love it. There's no gameplay, but it's fun watching these upsets and doing my own thing. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys stay safe. Once again, make sure to check out NattyKash, subscribe to him while you're at it, and watch his versions. But yeah, take care, stay safe, and peace.